We're back with more cards of the week. And today, I'm doing something a little bit different. If y'all could see what I'm looking at right now. But you can't, and that's fine. This right here is crazy. But we're going to trust the process, though. Okay? Because that's what it's for. Okay. Anyway, so today I'm introducing a new deck into the cards of the week that I haven't used here, and it's the Santa Muerte Tarot deck. This is a really good deck. I like a lot of the interpretations in this deck because it comes with a general interpretation and a message from the dead. So this is heavily ancestral type of deck. And of course I have my Morgan Grimm with me today too. So we can go ahead and get started with the Morgan Greer, and then I'm gonna use the Santa Muerte deck afterwards. And I'll probably, depending on how the message flows, I may read the interpretation from the booklet for the Santa Muerte deck also, because I really do like the way that it's worded. So we're gonna see. All right. So hopefully everybody is having a good Monday so far. The way the energy feels to me is over it. I'm not gonna hold you. It feels like there may be some need to reach for motivation this week, which is fine. We got to admit how we feel, but let's see what the card interpretation is going to be. Also, just I just want to say stay self-aware, honestly. Stay self-aware. There is a lot to I would say it's very easy right now to allow emotions to cloud our judgment, and it doesn't have to be like that. Like it's not as big of a deal as it might feel like it is, but it's still there, and it's our responsibility to pay attention, recognize it, and choose to make a better decision, basically. So, but let's see what the cards have to say so far. Gratitude. Oh, we already got one out. So the first card is the High Priestess. All right. The clarity of this message. All right, we got two more. The second card is, the Eight of Swords. Third card is the Eight of Wands. Okay, so kind of already what I just said. We know what to do, I feel like, with this High Priestess. A High Priestess upright is also things to be revealed, but it's also as, taking the time to listen to our own intuition and trusting that intuition. So I feel like when I said that there are things that seem and feel like restricting, and they seem and feel like it's causing us to want to lean into that, it's better to just choose what we already know to do, which is to lean into the positivity of the matter. And even though it doesn't feel like that, this card is always, it just gives me like resistance. You're resisting against something, but it's the resistance of something that we've created in our minds to kind of move against when we really don't have to. I feel like with this Eight of Wands energy, this is more so about allowing the rush of a refreshing type of energy to come in, because the wands moving that quickly it's kind of like giving you the awareness that you don't even have to stay in this state of mind. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pull one more for clarity, and then I'll move on to the Santa Muerte deck. Oh, okay, that was fast. Okay, so the Three of Pentacles. What I really enjoy about the Three of Pentacles is that it's also a card of creative genius. So I really feel like if we can get our minds in the proper state, we're going to be really good this week. This could also be collaboration with others, but with this deck, there's only one person here. So maybe taking a look at some of the things that we've already created or things that we're working on, not necessarily starting something new, but paying attention to something that we've already been putting our work into, that we know that we're passionate about. You may want to relook at old drawings, paintings, poetry, songs, things that uplift you. that help to complement this Eight of Wands energy moving in. I would say lean into your creativity this week and trusting your intuition and your creative process this week. That's what that feels like to me. We really just have to buck this. If we can get over this hump, we're good. You're not as restricted as you may think you are. And if you remember that, you know that phrase, think outside of the box. Think outside of the old idea of struggling. That's what I want to say. Think outside of that idea. Okay? And let's see what the Santa Muerte deck may have to add to this message. But we got this. Y'all know I say that, but we got this, right? Let me move these cards over here. And yeah. So these cards are so beautiful. This deck, if you guys wanted to get into this deck, I recommend it. I feel like it's a very the images are very penetrative, I would say. They really penetrate the subconscious. And they really make you feel connected to the messages that are coming through. So Fabio Listrani, shout out to him. Okay, we'll do one more shuffle. Ooh. Okay. All right, let's see. Is there any message we added to the cards we had already? Okay. I feel my nose about to run. I know that better wait until I'm finished. Okay, we do have one so far. So the Page of Swords. This reminds me of writing again and tapping into our writing and our creativity. Let me see if anything else comes out with this. Oh, hello. Oh, we do. We have two more. Then we have the Six of Wands and the Four of Wands. This is Six of Wands and the Four of Wands. Okay, so we already know that with the Six of Wands, this is a celebration and a victory. With the Page of Swords here, he's sitting at the desk with a quill and he's writing something down. I'm gonna look at the interpretations anyway, but this just gives me to rewrite your story. I would even say if you could do some journaling, right? And write out this energy, write out what you feel that's confining you, that's making you feel restricted, write out what you think is limiting you in your mind. Like, what is the loop that you keep finding yourself in that keeps placing you in a feeling or a mental state of not being able to get out of something, being blind to something, feeling trapped by something. This could be like an old belief. It could be poverty consciousness. It could be bills. It could be debt. It could be, something that didn't work out. It might be a cycle that you feel like you keep repeating, but you need a breakthrough with. Write out those feelings and then rewrite the story. If you know what scripting is, write the story from the point of view of it already, or the solution already having happened, or how you are on the other side of the breakthrough that's needed for you to come out of this state of mind. That's my recommendation with that. I'm going to read the interpretation anyway, because the energy is already victorious. You need to tap into a victorious spirit. I feel like you need to tap into the feeling of victory. You need to tap into the feelings of success after you write out these old restrictive feelings. Tap into the feeling of being a winner and understand that the feeling of winning is setting the foundation for you to have and sustain that energy on a consistent basis. The Four of Wands is about your home and your foundation. And I would even say feeling at home with the feelings of success. Okay, so let's see what the inserts have to say about the Santa Muerte card. So we got the Page of Swords. What you talking about? Page of Swords. Hold on. Here we go. With perseverance, a spirit of observation and curiosity, the Page of Swords studies and inquires into the situation, accumulating experience in order to be prepared when the situation, which is now tranquil, could change. This arcana propels us, therefore, towards prudence, waiting and calculating carefully the various elements in case of unexpected events or exams. Okay, so rewrite the story. That's what I still get from that. Be prepared, advice of the dead. Be prepared by evaluating all possibilities, openings, or outlets through which the situation could degenerate and vent. Yeah, so like rewrite the story. Write out how you've been feeling if you've been feeling restricted, and rewrite it in the future tense, or from the past tense point of view of already having succeeded the thing, and using your creative genius and masterpieces and projects that you're working on. Get into the feeling of that. Like, what am I saying? I'm saying, look towards seeing it in the end, and like writing it from the perspective of knowing that your project is already a success, knowing that your masterpiece is already a success, knowing that your book is already a success, your song, your album, your poetry is already a success. Okay, write from how it already felt to achieve that thing. Yeah. Okay, let's see what the Six of Wands has to say. Okay, here we go. The dynamism, energy, and creativity of this suit finds expression in this card of victory, openness, and public celebration. It is possible to advance in your career to realize profits and interests long desired. Okay? That's for the upright position because it came out upright. The advice of the dead: commit with boldness, with complete awareness of your gifts and your energy, but control your desires and your expectations that could cause you to make silly mistakes. Okay, so ride the energy of being victory, but just don't take it too far, because you still have this Six of Wands energy that's paired with this Eight of Wands energy, which means that things are picking up swiftly. So the Eight of Wands is always adding a speedy momentum to things happening. So the sooner that you can get yourself into the, my bad, little picture, into the feeling state of success, then the better and quicker you align with the actual physical experience of it, I would say in this case with this reading. Okay, so let's look at the Four of Wands and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, a particularly creative card, balanced and prosperous. The Four of Wands makes any desire become reality, bringing it complete into the world and also reinforcing connections, social life, or any new construction. So the advice of the dead with this is make the most of this moment of stability to fully enjoy and benefit what you have gained. Yeah, so exactly. This is going to be a week about reviewing what it is that we've been working on creatively, trusting our intuition in that, allowing the momentum to speed up for us, rewriting our story to set the proper foundation. And at the forefront, we are breaking through mental blockages, stagnation, and feelings of being stuck. We're not stuck. That's the illusion this week. The illusion is thinking that you're stuck here. You're not stuck here because you know better. You have the intuitive guidance that you need. Things are actually picking up and moving more swiftly this week. Tapping into our creative genius is paramount. Rewriting our story, tapping into feelings of success and victory are going to give us the proper foundation we need to move forward. So that's the reading this week. You know, I hope that whoever is watching finds some connection and resonance with this. If not, that's okay too. And thank you for watching if you made it to the end. And let's keep tapping into and embodying those feelings of miracles, and enjoy the rest of your week. Peace.